Dozens of young people have joined an anti-GBV and Femicide march through the streets of Thokoza on Gauteng's East Rand. The march has been convened by Mzansi Act Now and the South African National Liquor Traders Association. The conveners have also roped in local traditional leaders, including the iNduna of a local hostel. Newzroom Afrika's senior reporter Tumaole Mohlaoli is in Thokoza, and he's standing by to speak to young people on why particularly, Tumaole, they chose to take to the streets today.
Well, indeed, earlier I managed during the march to speak to a couple of young people as to why they chose to be part of the march, and also with the conveners. And the answer was simple, that young people are the foundation of the future. They're the next generation, and it's important to entrench messages that speak against gender-based violence and femicide early on, so young people understand that this scourge is something that cannot be tolerated in the kind of democratic society that South Africa is espousing to build. But let's speak to those who are driving this program. I'm joined now by Acting Divisional Head in Women Directorate Office of the Executive Mayor of Ekurhuleni. I assume that would be Nonhlanhla Ngwenya. Nonhlanhla, the importance of today's event for provincial government here in Thokoza.
Thank you so much. It was important for the government to be in support of this program today, as we know that the scourge of gender-based violence is high amongst in our communities, and especially here in South Africa. Our country is one of the highest countries with GBV. So we are happy that the government at least is doing something. It's coming forward and it's working with NPOs like Act Now. So it's quite a good collaboration that we are all here today to celebrate and to make our communities, especially our young ones, aware of gender-based violence, because young people and young women, they tend to stay in relationships that are toxic, all because they don't have financial power and all. So, but programs like these ones, they are here to give young women and young girls awareness as to what is happening, what are their rights. So I'm very happy and pleased that the government at least is doing something.
Wonderful. And to the Gauteng Liquor Traders Association, Mr. Lakintimani, liquor has been identified as one of the key driving factors behind GBV, as well as other crimes, especially contact crimes. You are here to show support. What is the message from the Gauteng Liquor Traders Association?
So we are saying that we are taking our part as National Liquor Traders to say, not in our name will gender-based violence thrive in our country. And we are taking a stand against gender-based violence. As liquor traders, we have committed ourselves to ensure that we, in our places, become safe spaces where people can enjoy alcohol in a responsible way without any issues of gender-based violence being linked into those premises. So we are excited that we got support today from SAPS as well as the provincial government, and we had a chat with the Premier of Gauteng, David Makura, who has also indicated and gave his support for this program. We have also spoken to the Provincial Commissioner Mawela, who has also given a thumbs up for this program. So we are excited that we are partnering with communities, with civil society, and here today we are an iNduna, who has also committed the people of Thokoza to ensure that we work together and we fight gender-based violence, because this is a pandemic that requires all hands on deck, and we are here today to show our support to ensure that we fight gender-based violence once and for all.
As the National Liquor Traders Association, what more can be done? You have already invested quite substantial amounts of money in terms of the messaging around responsible drinking, not only when it comes to issues of GBV, but also when it comes to the carnage we see on our roads, especially during festive seasons. You've made it sure that don't drink and drive. Now, what is the message? Don't drink and abuse?
So we are saying do not drink and drive and enjoy alcohol in a responsible way, and we are happy that we have partnered with Act Now to ensure that we run tavern dialogues against gender-based violence across the country, where we educate men most especially to ensure that we deal with issues of gender-based violence. And we are happy in the collaboration that we have now concluded with our icon musical artist who hails from this part of town, Thokoza, Questa, who's also taking a stand against gender-based violence. So we are grateful, that people like him are coming forward to say, not in my name will gender-based violence thrive in our country.
All right. Now let's bring in very quickly the chairperson of Act Now, that's Mr. Mohlaoli. Act Now is a community-based organization targeting these issues straight head-on. We know that most people would be aware if their neighbors are being abused and choose to step back, citing it as a personal or a private matter. What is your message? How are you going to address that kind of thing? And is this program going to be rolled out nationally as well?
We have rolled out the program nationally, so it's not the first time this program is taking place. Next month we're taking it to the Northwest Province, And we are merely trying to encourage as many people as possible to come out. And we're saying we know that there are perpetrators that want their victims to be silenced. We are that voice. We want them to speak. We want them to shout as loud as possible. And we want them to come out. We want them to report as many cases as possible. We're saying to them, come out before you come out in a coffin.
Right. And are there programs to support them? Many people are being abused by breadwinners, people that they're relying on for their livelihoods. When they come out, they risk breaking those relationships, which further complicates an already difficult situation. What can be done to support you on that front?
We partner with the corporate sector, we partner with government because we want to come up with programs that will assist women or alleviate problems that women are facing. We want economic empowerment for women and we want it for the youth as well. We want to empower most of the people that are unemployed in this country, which is what causes GBV, and this is what makes these perpetrators to take advantage of victims. So we want to create these programs. We have started creating some of these programs. It's an ongoing platform that we're building up, but very soon we'll be able to solve such issues that need to be eradicated, same as gender-based violence and femicide.
All right, thank you very much. And very quickly, lastly, we have quite a bright star, a celebrity, Mr. Kwesta himself, Senzo Vilagazi. Mr. Kwesta, you are here to lend your voice. What is the message? Because we see that, of course, gender-based violence, some people might draw references to hip-hop music and the objectification of women in your videos as, artists. Would you say there's a correlation? And you being here, what is the message you're sending?
I mean, the message is pretty simple. It says it in the NGO, we need to act now, and we're acting because we've realized that there is a problem, especially in the previously disadvantaged communities, who rely on a lot of people, and those people not knowing how to handle that power. And as a child, before even a celebrity or a hip-hop artist, as a child of a place like this that is Gauteng, I'm just here to say that we know that we grow up, seeing these things, seeing gender-based violence in our own homes, So my message to iNduna zami and maybe even people that are older is that it's time we change the narrative, and the next generation of the youth kind of goes, everyone is equal and not look like, and not make things seem as though if I have this, then you belong to me. A lot of the times, people don't even realize they're in toxic relationships. People don't even realize they're being abused emotionally before it even gets physical. It starts from even there. So I think the messaging needs to go even deeper than Maseng Begisandla, because it starts with the mental state of everyone. And as soon as we change that, then the better we'll be, and that's pretty much what I'm here to push. And as a hip-hop then fan, I'm also for positive, messaging. My music says it, I just recently got married, so I'm finding new ways to appreciate women as a whole. I was raised by women. I am, unfortunately, one of the children that got to witness gender-based violence in their homes, but I'm saying because I'm hurt doesn't mean I need to hurt anybody else. Instead, I'm trying to instill a certain change.
All right, Krista, thank you very much for that. So some very positive messaging there, and certainly from all sectors of society coming out in support of the event here. And the message is clear that there is no space for GBV, and the communities need to work right across the various sectors, from the youth to the local government, as well, of course, as the local traditional leadership. As I mentioned earlier, there is local iNdunas here from the local hostel, which the conveners started there to say to the message that there is no place for gender-based violence. And the iNdunas are indeed addressing those who are attending the event today, saying that they are also calling on those who live within their community, within the hostel dwellers, to say that there's no room for GBV, and that there's a misconception that they would endorse such a thing. Such misconceptions should not be perpetrated, because they don't stand for that at all. With that, it's back to you in the studio to do.
Tumaole Mohlaoli coming to us from Thokoza. Thank you very much for that update.